What if I told you that right now, inside your mind, you hold the most powerful drug ever known to mankind? A drug so potent that it can heal your body, unlock your greatest potential, and even rewire the very fabric of your reality. But here's the catch. You're either using it to elevate your life or slowly destroy it, one thought at a time. This drug isn't something you can buy. No pharmaceutical company will ever sell it to you. It's already inside you. Your self-talk, the words you whisper to yourself every single day, is the key to your evolution or your downfall. Science has proven this beyond a shadow of a doubt. Your thoughts create chemistry. Your chemistry creates emotions. Your emotions shape your actions, and your actions determine your destiny. Right now, I want you to stop and ask yourself, if every word you spoke to yourself was a command to your brain, what have you been programming it to do? To thrive or to self-destruct? In the next 20 minutes, I'm going to show you exactly how to take control of this drug, rewire your mind, and awaken the unlimited power within you. Because the reality is that most people are living life on autopilot, repeating the same internal dialogue that's been running in the background since childhood. But today, we break that cycle. Today, you learn the truth about how your thoughts shape your brain, your body, and your reality. And once you understand this, you will never think the same way again. Imagine waking up every single day and unknowingly downloading the same mental program you've been running for years. The same doubts, the same fears, the same limitations. Your brain, much like a computer, operates on software. And that software? It's written by your self-talk. Most people don't even realize they've been running the same outdated script for decades. They wake up, and before their feet even touch the ground, that familiar voice whispers, "I'm not good enough. I'll never change. I'm too tired, too old, too late." And what happens next? Your body listens. Your cells respond. Your chemistry shifts to match those words. Neuroscientists have confirmed that when you repeat a thought, especially with emotion, it literally rewires the connections in your brain. And here's where it gets fascinating. Your brain doesn't know the difference between a thought and reality. Let that sink in for a moment. Every time you say, "I'm exhausted," your brain doesn't question it. It doesn't stop and say, "Wait, are we actually exhausted? Or is this just a thought?" Number. It simply releases the corresponding biochemistry, cortisol, adrenaline, stress hormones, making you feel tired, drained, and incapable. Now imagine this happening every single day for years. You're not just thinking thoughts, you're building a reality. So let me ask you, what reality have you been unknowingly creating for yourself? The truth is, you're either programming yourself for greatness or you're programming yourself for limitation. There is no in between. And the most dangerous part, if you're not consciously choosing your thoughts, they're being chosen for you by your past, by your environment, by your fears. But today, we're going to take control. Because once you understand how self-talk shapes your destiny, you'll never allow another negative thought to pass through your mind unchecked again. Your brain is a record of the past. Every experience you've had, every emotion you've felt, every belief you've repeated, it's all been imprinted into the neural architecture of your mind. And here's the most important thing to understand. Neurons that fire together wire together. That means the more you repeat a thought, whether it's, "I'm not good enough" or "I am unstoppable," the stronger that neural pathway becomes. It's like walking through a field of tall grass. The first time you step through, it's tough. The grass is thick. But walk that same path over and over again, and soon, a trail forms. Eventually, that path becomes the default route your brain takes. And this is where most people get stuck. They've walked the path of self-doubt, fear, and limitation so many times that their brain now defaults to it. It's not because those thoughts are true, it's because they've been practiced. But here's where it gets powerful. Just as you wired those limiting beliefs into your brain, you can wire in new ones. You can build entirely new neural pathways, ones that align with the life you actually want to live. the 3-step formula for rewiring your mind. Let's break this down into 3 actionable steps you can apply starting today. Step 1. Catch the old program running. Right now, certain thoughts are running in the background of your mind that you don't even realize are there. The next time you feel stuck, drained, or discouraged, pause. Ask yourself, what am I telling myself right now? You might have thoughts like, I can't do this. This is too hard. I'll never change. And when you catch them, don't judge yourself. Just notice them, because awareness is the first step to change. Step 2. Interrupt and reframe the thought. The moment you hear yourself saying something disempowering, interrupt it. Literally say stop out loud if you have to. Then replace it with a new, empowering thought. If your mind says, I'm not good enough, stop and say, that's the old me talking. The new me is learning, growing, and evolving every single day. If your mind says, I can't do this, replace it with, I can and I will. I am more capable than I even realize. You are not lying to yourself. You are choosing a new reality. Step 3. Feel the emotion of your new thought. This is where the real transformation happens, because words alone don't change the brain. Emotion does. If you just say, I am unstoppable with no emotion behind it, your brain won't believe it. But if you say it with conviction, if you feel it in your body, your brain will start forming new neural connections immediately. Science shows that when we pair a thought with a strong emotional state, we rewire the brain faster. So don't just say your new affirmations. Embody them. Stand tall. Breathe deep. Feel the energy shift in your body. Because the moment you believe it, not just intellectually but emotionally, your brain will start to make it real. Now, here's where it gets deep. Most people aren't just addicted to their thoughts. They're addicted to the emotions those thoughts create. Every time you think a thought, whether it's fear, doubt, or anger, your brain releases a chemical cocktail that floods your body. Over time, your body gets used to those chemicals. If you've spent years in self-doubt, your body is chemically conditioned to feel that way. And when you try to change, your body resists. It says, wait, where's my daily dose of stress? Where's my hit of anxiety? This new mindset feels unfamiliar. I don't trust it. And so, without even realizing it, you sabotage yourself, not because you want to, but because your body craves the emotional state it's been addicted to for years. This is why most people try to change, but nothing sticks. They're not just fighting their thoughts, they're fighting their neurology. So how do you break free? The secret to overriding emotional addiction. Step 1. You have to get ahead of your body. The moment you wake up, your brain wants to return to the old emotional state of the past. So before it even has a chance, you must interrupt the pattern immediately. Here's how. Morning reset routine. The first 5 minutes of your day are the most powerful. Why? Because when you wake up, your brain is still in theta waves, the perfect state for reprogramming. Instead of reaching for your phone, do this. Sit up in bed, close your eyes, take 3 deep breaths. Next, visualize your future self, the strongest, most unstoppable version of you. And then, feel what it would feel like to already be that person. This isn't just positive thinking. This is mental rehearsal. And your brain doesn't know the difference between what's real and what's imagined. It starts wiring in this new reality as if it's already happening. This is how you get ahead of your body. Before it can pull you into old patterns, you anchor yourself in the new version of you. And when you do this daily, your mind and body begin to align with your future instead of your past. Most people hear this and get excited. They try it for a day, maybe 2, but then life happens. Stress hits. They fall back into old habits. So how do you make sure this transformation lasts? By understanding this simple truth, repetition is the key to rewiring your brain. The same way you got good at doubting yourself through years of repetition, you will become great at believing in yourself by repeating this new practice every day. And here's a rule I want you to remember. The old you will try to return. That's normal. But the moment you catch it, the moment you hear that old voice creeping back in, smile, because now you know the truth. Now you have the power. And in that moment, you get to choose. Do you go back to your old self, or do you step into the limitless future you're creating? You already know the answer. And that's why everything changes today. Most people don't realize this, but every word you speak carries energy. Every thought you think emits a frequency. And that frequency, it either pulls you toward your highest potential, or it keeps you stuck in limitation. This isn't just philosophy. It's physics. In quantum mechanics, scientists have proven something extraordinary. The observer affects the observed, meaning that your attention, your focus, literally changes reality. So when you focus on struggle, your brain scans your environment for proof of struggle. When you focus on limitations, your neurons filter reality to reinforce that belief. When you say, "Nothing ever works out for me," your brain finds ways to confirm it. This is called the reticular activating system, RAS. It's the part of your brain that filters out unnecessary information and only lets in what you focus on. So if your dominant thoughts are, "I always mess things up," "I never get opportunities," "I'm not worthy of success," then guess what? Your RAS will make sure you see proof of that belief everywhere you look. But here's the game changer. You can train your brain to filter reality in a completely different way. You can program it to scan for opportunities, solutions, and success. And it all starts with intentional self-talk. Every time you catch yourself saying something negative, you have two choices. Let it slide and reinforce the old belief, or interrupt it and insert a new command. The key here is immediacy. You don't wait. You don't analyze. You act. For example, instead of, "I'll never figure this out," say, "I'm figuring this out right now." Instead of, "I'm not good at this," say, "I'm getting better at this every day." Instead of, "I'm too tired," say, "My energy is rising. I have everything I need." These aren't just words. These are commands to your brain. And when repeated with emotion, they rewire your neurology at the cellular level. I want you to take on a challenge. For the next 24 hours, commit to 0 negative self-talk. None, not even as a joke. If you catch yourself saying something negative, immediately replace it. Why? Because in 24 hours, you will begin to see something remarkable. Your energy will shift. You'll notice people responding to you differently. New ideas and solutions will start appearing. And by the end of those 24 hours, you won't just believe this works. You'll feel it in your bones. Everything you desire already exists in the quantum field. Your job is to tune into the frequency of it, to speak it, think it, and embody it before it arrives. So here's your final exercise. Every morning, stand in front of a mirror, look yourself in the eyes, and declare your new reality. Not as something you hope for, but as something that is already done. Say, "I am powerful. I am unstoppable. I am worthy of the life I desire." Say it until your body believes it. Say it until your old self dissolves and your future self emerges. Because the moment you do, everything in your world will begin to shift to match it. This is your moment, your turning point, your awakening. Your thoughts are the architects of your destiny. So, speak wisely, think boldly, and watch how the universe bends in your favor. Every word you speak is a seed planted in the soil of your subconscious mind. Every sentence you speak, whether out loud or in your head, sends a command to your brain. And your brain, being the most powerful supercomputer in existence, doesn't question it. It simply executes the program. The words you use don't just describe your reality, they create it. This is why the most successful, happiest people in the world speak to themselves differently. They don't wait until things improve to start talking positively. They speak as if they already are the person they want to become, because they know. Your words don't reflect your reality. Your reality reflects your words. Most people think self-talk is just a mental habit. But it's not just psychology, it's biology. Your brain is not a static organ. It's a living, dynamic system constantly rewiring itself based on your thoughts, experiences, and emotions. Let's break this down scientifically. Your brain contains 86 billion neurons, each connected to thousands of others through electrical and chemical signals. Right now, as you listen to this, neurons in your brain are firing in specific patterns, forming pathways that either strengthen old beliefs or create new ones. And here's where it gets interesting. Every thought you think is like sending an electrical impulse down a road in your brain. The more you repeat that thought, the more well-paved that road becomes. Think of your brain like a forest. Every time you have a thought, you step through the trees and create a small trail. If you think that thought just once, the trail is weak. But if you think it every day, if you reinforce it with emotion, your brain clears the brush, flattens the dirt, and eventually lays down pavement. That thought becomes a highway, your brain's automatic go-to response. This is why negative self-talk can feel so natural. It becomes the easiest road for your mind to take. Not because it's true, but because it's been reinforced. But here's the game changer. Your brain has something called neuroplasticity. That means you can rewire it at any moment. You are not stuck. If negative self-talk builds strong neural pathways, how do we break free? By creating new pathways and making them stronger than the old ones. Here's the key. Words alone won't change your brain. Emotion will. If you just say a new thought without feeling it, your brain won't register it as important. But if you say it with conviction, if you breathe deeply, stand tall, and feel the emotion of success, your brain takes it seriously. This is because thoughts alone are weak, but thoughts plus emotions create powerful neural imprints. And the more you repeat the empowering thought with feeling, the faster your brain rewires itself. Studies show it takes about 21 days of repeated thought patterns to begin rewiring the brain. At first, the new thought is like stepping through a forest with no path. The second time, it's a little clearer. By the 10th time, you've started forming a trail. And after 21 days, that new empowering thought becomes the highway. It becomes the default path your brain takes. That's how you transform your self-talk from a force of self-sabotage into a weapon for success. Understanding the power of self-talk is one thing, but making it a daily habit is what will change your life. The problem? Most people try it for a few days, get excited, and then fall back into old patterns. Why? Because their old self-talk is still wired into their brain as the default setting. So if you truly want to rewire your mind, you need a system, a strategy that ensures this practice becomes as natural as breathing. Step 1. Use habit stacking. Attach self-talk to an existing routine. Your brain loves patterns. It loves routines. If you try to create a new habit from scratch, your brain will resist it. That's why the most effective way to build a new habit is by attaching it to something you already do every day. This is called habit stacking. For example, every morning, right after you brush your teeth, say your affirmations in the mirror. Every time you pour yourself a cup of coffee, repeat a powerful self-talk mantra. Every time you walk through a doorway, remind yourself, I am in control of my thoughts. Every night, right before bed, practice gratitude-based self-talk. By linking self-talk to existing habits, you trick your brain into making it automatic. Soon, every time you brush your teeth, your mind will expect positive affirmations. Every time you drink coffee, it will automatically trigger empowering thoughts. This is how you embed self-talk into your subconscious mind. Step 2. Use triggers to catch negative thoughts. Instantly. Most of your self-talk happens automatically. So to change it, you need to become aware of it in real time. Set reminders or physical triggers to help you catch negative thoughts the moment they arise. Here's how. Phone alarm reminder. Set a reminder every few hours that says, what am I saying to myself right now? Sticky notes. Place sticky notes around your home with phrases like, your words create your reality. Rubber band technique. Wear a rubber band on your wrist, and every time you notice negative self-talk, snap it lightly and replace the thought. Change your phone wallpaper. Use an affirmation as your lock screen. I speak to myself with power and confidence. These small reminders help you interrupt old thought patterns before they take over. The more you catch negative self-talk, the faster you rewire your brain. Step 3. Morning and night ritual. Prime your mind for the day and lock it in at night. Your mind is most programmable in 2 moments: right after waking up, the theta brainwave state; right before bed, when your subconscious absorbs information the most. This is when your self-talk has the most power. Morning self-talk routine. Right when you wake up, take 3 deep breaths. Before touching your phone, say out loud, "I am in control of my mind. I choose thoughts that empower me. Today, I will speak to myself with love and strength." Visualize yourself moving through the day feeling powerful, confident, and focused. Stand tall in the mirror and say affirmations with emotion. The key? Feel the words as if they are already true. Nighttime self-talk routine. As you lie in bed, close your eyes and reflect on your self-talk throughout the day. What words did you speak to yourself today? Did you uplift yourself or tear yourself down? Rewrite any negative thoughts that came up. If you thought, "I wasn't good enough today," say, "I am growing stronger every single day." Repeat 3 positive affirmations before sleeping. My mind is powerful. My thoughts create my future. I am at peace and in control. Since your subconscious absorbs the last thing you think about before sleeping, this will reprogram your mind overnight. Step 4. Speak your affirmations out loud. Your brain believes what it hears. Most people just think of their affirmations, but saying them out loud is 10 times more powerful. Why? Because your brain processes spoken words differently than thoughts. When you say something out loud, your brain hears your own voice and internalizes it faster. The sound waves activate more areas of the brain, making it stick longer. It creates a physical experience, reinforcing the belief. So don't just think, "I am confident." Say it. Say it while looking in the mirror. Say it while driving. Say it before a meeting. Say it when doubt creeps in. And say it like you mean it. The more emotion and power you put behind your words, the faster your brain rewires itself. Step 5. Reward yourself for sticking to it. Your brain loves rewards. Every time you successfully replace a negative thought with an empowering one, celebrate it. Smile. Nod in approval. Say, "Yes, that's progress." Give yourself a small reward at the end of the day. These small dopamine hits make your brain crave this new habit. And soon, your brain will automatically choose positive self-talk because it feels good. Step 6. Surround yourself with positive voices. Here's a hard truth. If you surround yourself with negative, complaining, and doubtful people, it will sabotage your progress. You absorb the energy of those around you. So, if you want self-talk to become effortless, you need to immerse yourself in an environment that reinforces it. How? Listen to inspiring speakers like this every morning. Read books about the power of thought. Follow people who inspire you on social media, and unfollow negativity. Join a community of people who speak positivity and self-growth. The more you surround yourself with voices that empower you, the easier it becomes to empower yourself. We've covered why words matter. We've explored the neuroscience behind self-talk. We've established powerful affirmations and daily habits. But there's one more piece of the puzzle, the most important one. Because self-talk doesn't just shape your mood, your confidence, or even your success. It shapes your identity. And your identity? It is the invisible force that determines everything in your life. Most people try to change their behavior. They say things like, "I need to exercise more. I should eat healthier. I want to be more confident." But behavior is only the surface level. Beneath behavior is something much stronger, your beliefs. If you don't believe you're capable of change, if you don't believe you're worthy of success, if you don't believe you're disciplined enough to follow through, then, no matter how hard you try, your subconscious mind will sabotage you. Why? Because your brain will always act in alignment with the identity you believe to be true. Let me say that again. Your brain will always act in alignment with the identity you believe to be true. If deep down you see yourself as lazy, you will always find ways to stay lazy, no matter how much you try to change your habits. If you see yourself as unlucky, your mind will filter out opportunities, even if they're right in front of you. If you believe, "I'm just not a confident person," you will continue to act in ways that reinforce that belief. So how do you break free? You stop focusing on behavior change and start focusing on identity change. Instead of saying, "I need to go to the gym," say, "I am the kind of person who prioritizes my health." Instead of saying, "I want to be more confident," say, "I am someone who speaks and moves with confidence." Instead of saying, "I need to stop procrastinating," say, "I am a person who takes action immediately." See the difference? You're not just changing what you do, you're changing who you believe you are. And when your self-talk aligns with a new identity, your brain will automatically guide your actions to match it. Now that you understand why identity is the root of all change, here's how to rewire your brain to adopt a new identity. Ask yourself, who do I want to become? What kind of person naturally achieves the goals I desire? How does that person think, speak, and act daily? For example, if you want to be successful in business, think, how would a highly successful entrepreneur talk to themselves? If you want to be fit and healthy, think, how does someone with a strong, healthy body speak to themselves? If you want deep confidence, ask, what does a truly confident person say to themselves daily? This is your future identity. This is the version of you that already exists in potential form. Now, it's time to bring it into reality. Most people make this mistake. They talk about their goals like they're far away. They say, "I will be successful. I will be confident one day. I'm working on being more positive." But the subconscious mind doesn't understand one day. It only understands now. So, instead of speaking toward your goal, start speaking from your new identity. Not, "I will be successful." Say, "I am a highly successful person." Not, "I'm working on confidence." Say, "I radiate confidence in everything I do." Not, "I want to be disciplined." Say, "I am the kind of person who takes action immediately." By shifting your language, you are training your brain to accept your new identity as reality. And the moment your brain believes it, your actions will naturally follow. Your old identity took years to form, so your new identity won't take hold overnight. You must reinforce it every day until it becomes second nature. Here's how. Speak your identity. Affirmations daily. Every morning, say these phrases out loud with emotion. I am confident, powerful, and unstoppable. I am someone who takes massive action and never hesitates. I am worthy of success, and I attract it effortlessly. I am disciplined. My actions reflect my highest potential. Remember, the more emotion you put into these words, the faster they rewire your brain. Act like your future self today. Ask yourself, what would my future self do right now? Would they snooze the alarm, or wake up early and take control of the day, overthink everything, or take bold action without hesitation, avoid challenges, or step into them with confidence? Start making decisions from your future self, because when you act as if, your brain starts to believe it's real. And once your brain believes it, it becomes real. Keep a victory log. Every night before bed, write down one way you embodied your new identity today, even if it's small. For example, today, I spoke up confidently in a meeting. I went to the gym even when I didn't feel like it, because I am a healthy person. I replaced a negative thought with a powerful affirmation. Why does this work? Because when your brain sees evidence of your new identity, it starts to lock it in as truth. And the more you reinforce it, the faster it becomes your default setting. Who are you becoming? Here's what I want you to remember. Your self-talk is not just changing your thoughts, it is creating your identity. And your identity, it determines your entire life. So the question is not, what do you want? The question is, who are you becoming? Your brain is listening. What are you telling it? Now that you understand the science, let me ask you, what thoughts have you been wiring into your brain? And more importantly, what thoughts are you ready to replace? Because starting today, you are not just thinking thoughts, you are rewiring your brain for success. Your future starts with what you say to yourself right now, so choose wisely.